I've watched several videos on YouTube on how to use a copper welding spoon and also where you can get them at. They're about 10 bucks at Harbor Freight, a little more expensive at some other shops, but I'm going to show you this morning not how to use one or what it's for, but I'm going to show you how to make one. And so it'll be a do-it-yourself video. I'm going to take this piece of 1/2 inch copper and I'm going to heat up the very end of it, get it nice and hot, and then pound it flat, and I'll show you what we do from there. Okay, I've taken my torch and heated up the end of this, and then placed it on the vise and pounded it flat. The side I pounded, of course, is beat up a little bit, but the other side is pretty smooth. And I'm going to put that in the vise and just put a little bend on it, just so it's pointed up a little bit. And that's my tool. The one you buy at Harbor Freight is 2 inches wide, and I do a lot of my projects with small square tubing, 2 inches or less, and so that other one from Harbor Freight just wouldn't fit in there, but this one will fit in nicely if I want to weld up some holes. I could trim it a little bit, I guess, and get into this 3/4 inch tubing or make it a little bit smaller. The other thing that's kind of unique about this is if you do have to do something with maybe a little bit longer reach, you can get one of these copper pipes with a little indent on it there that you can see right where my fingers are, and that will slide on. I'm trying to do this halfway. Anyway, that'll slide on, and then you can take another piece of copper and slide it in there, and all of a sudden you've got one that is 3 times as long if you need a little bit of reach. And that should work very, very well for what I want to use it for. And it's a do-it-yourself copper welding spoon. Also took that tool and drilled a hole in it and put a key ring in it so I can hang it over one of the hooks on my welding cart, so I'll always know where it's at, since it's not something I'm going to use a whole lot. It'll always be handy. Something else I should share, this piece is about 6 inches long. If you're going to do a lot of filling, you might get some real heat going through that piece if you're going to fill a lot of holes. You could always wrap some tape around it if you wanted to, or just take a needle nose or vice grip pliers and clamp that in the end, and you would have a little bit more reach in case you're getting some heat that's building up and coming through the copper onto your fingers.